Hi, welcome to Pastor Paul Says, and today I'm saying faith or phase. You know, it comes a time, usually actually it's just as a young person is leaving school or maybe going to college or university, or perhaps just leaving and getting a job, that they start to really question the opinions that their parents have brought them up with and the values and so on. And it's round about this time that I guess a young person could go through a particular phase in their lives as they start to challenge those values. And maybe it could be a political phase, sort of radical political ideology, or maybe it could be an atheistic phase if they've been brought up in a sort of Christian or religious family, or maybe even it could be a spiritual or religious phase, and maybe even that might be accompanied by attending church, by even being quite evangelistic about it, and sort of trying to win converts for that particular church, and the problem with it is that it can so often just be a phase, just be something that the person passes through. And really, I think this shows us where the roots, where the foundation of that person's life really are. Are they really in Christ? Do they really have true faith? Or is this just sort of a phase? Is it a phase they're going through? And with so many, they seem at first really committed and really, they really want to know the Bible. They really want to become part of the church. They want to win people to Christ. They're very ideological and very idealistic even. And then yet once they've passed through this phase, it's not long before they stop attending church. They sort of settle down. Maybe they get married. They get a place of their own, and it's not long before they're lying in bed at night worrying about whether they bought the right colour curtains. In short, they become their parents. They become just basically their life is one of mundanity, drudgery, and any thoughts that they had of truly changing their lives, of truly maybe even changing the world, are lost. And it's very sad. What's so sad is that whilst young people may go through a political phase or a spiritual phase, they do not realize how close they have come to the truth, to the gospel, and that if they had just gone that little bit further, if they had just yielded their hearts to Christ, that it would not just be a phase, but they would have entered into true and everlasting faith, transforming faith. And this is what I want if you're a young person particularly and you're watching this and you're going through that stage in your life where you're considering spiritual things, where you're thinking about God, where you're maybe even thinking about Jesus Christ. I would say go that bit further, yield more of yourself to God. Do not be afraid to to renounce and relinquish the things of the world. Don't be intimidated by the fear of man, but rather trust in God, trust in Him, and give to Him your heart. All the way through the Bible, Jesus talks about, unless, that he who puts his hand to the plough and looks back is not worthy of the kingdom. Don't be looking back to the world or looking at your peer group and what they're doing, but rather yield more and more of yourself. Make sure that you are rooted in Christ. Make sure that you're not rooted just in the friends that you have at church, whatever it is, but make sure you are rooted in Christ, and make sure that it is not just a phase that you are going through, but that you have true and everlasting faith. Well, that's about it for today. Pray that the Lord will bless you, and I'll catch up with you, no doubt, God willing, fairly soon. So God bless you, and I'll see you soon.